Asked as a sign-up. Here we go. Here he is, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Are we all on, Bob? Are we ready?
That's all of this.
Is Ben David? Is Ben coming up?
Yeah, he's just literally behind the steel.
Tyson, are you ready for questions? Tyson, you ready? Can we ask?
I'm ready. Ready when you guys are.
To your left over here. I just wanted to...
Kevin Ioli, Yahoo. Fire away.
I wanted to start with asking you about going southpaw in the second round. What was your thought process by switching, going to southpaw after you spent the first round orthodox?
I am ambidextrous. I can go southpaw or orthodox. I can punch with the left as well as the right. I wanted to show a few things to the American public to introduce myself properly. Tonight I showed a little bit of speed, boxing skill, my ability to slip and slide out of the way of punches, and also the ability to finish, which is important.
And how different did it feel having been in a regular rhythm? You fought in December, now you're back, so you didn't have that long layoff. Did you feel that made a difference?
I'm more active now than I've ever been in my full career. Apart from the first year, this is Tyson Fury. He's most active. And, you know, I always wanted to stay active in my career. And I'm finally getting the opportunity to do that. I believe I'm out again in another few months, so I'm looking forward to that fight as well. Next question.
A question for Ben Davison, Tyson Fury's trainer.
Go on, Russell.
Okay, thank you, Tyson. Just managed to get a quick chat with you, Ben, and you know, Tyson showed his boxing skills, showed his evasiveness on the ropes, hurt another opponent, finished him, had the towel thrown in, did it within 2 rounds, sang a lullaby to his wife afterwards, but you told me you weren't that happy with the performance. Why?
No, not that happy. What I said is I'm a perfectionist, so I'm always looking at where we can improve. And obviously I'm happy with the performance, but it's my job to look at where we can improve. If I was just happy with everything, then there wouldn't be no improvement. So that's my job to do that.
Is that why you're a good team, Tyson?
100%, because Ben lines him up and I knock him down. Dream team.
Hey Tyson, congratulations. You wearing the USA colors and coming out to living in America. I know we know you fought a couple of times in the US before against Cunningham, Wilder, but did you feel like this was really your entrance and your first time in front of a lot of people's eyes here in America?
I felt like this was my coming out party. You saw me fight in December of last year. I had to lose 147 pounds for that fight, so I wasn't at my strongest, or maybe I shouldn't have took that fight as soon as I did after 2 bum fights coming back, but I did anyway, so we're not here to talk about the past. This time, I had enough training time, I was strong, I was fit, I was ready to put on a show. From the ring walk to all week, the publicity, and I felt calm and relaxed, and you know, I'm confident in my own ability. We worked very hard for this fight. I trained in training camp for 8 weeks, and then I came into the camp fit anyway. I didn't have no time off, so I'm active, you know, now I'm getting match fit again. I'm looking forward to the next fight.
Are you basically now planting your flag in the United States and fighting here for the foreseeable future without UK fights?
I think my next few fights are definitely going to be in America. Bob and Frank will tell you more about the details because I'm not 100% on what's going on next and who we're fighting next. But yeah, I think the foreseeable future is USA for sure.
And when did you get the inspiration to come out in that Rocky IV kind of entrance?
You know, I thought to myself, no one's done this before, so I wanted to put on a statement on a show, and I wanted to have fun. I didn't come here to just be deadly serious and have a fight with somebody, because nobody's really interested in that. It's another boxing match, isn't it? We've seen 1,000 before, and I'm sure we'll see another 1,000,000 throughout history, but it's the character. It's things people don't do. I don't take myself that seriously, as you can tell. I'm just a chubby guy who comes and has fun. I'm relaxed. I don't care about fighting. It's bred naturally what I do. It's fun and games for me in there. And I enjoyed the ring walk, I enjoyed the build-up, I enjoyed the whole week, and I enjoyed the fight. But like Ben said, it wasn't punch perfect. Although it was a good performance, I still got hit with one punch, which is one too many, in my opinion. And it was what it was. So we're going to go back and train and get back in the gym as soon as we get back. Tuesday, so no time off for you, old Davison. Sorry, Ezra, but you can't have him back. We've got to go back training on Tuesday. Sorry, Dad. Jobs to do.
Tyson, good to see you.
Schmo, how are you, buddy?
We're great. Let's be real. Tonight could have gone any better for you, getting the victory that you did, and your sparring partner, Sonny Kanto, getting the victory following right after you, could have gone any better than what you envisioned.
I thought it went really well, to be honest. I was happy. I'm not going to sit here and complain about anything. It was what it was. It was a good fight. I put on a show for the American fans, and thank you to everybody who came tonight, and thank you to everybody who travelled over, and everybody who waited up at home, because it didn't come on till, what, 5 in the morning, Frank? So all the fans who tuned in around the world and done a great job. You know, I was happy with everything that went on, but it's only the start. You're going to see much more of Tyson Fury on US soil, and Bob will tell you more about it.
If Deontay Wilder was watching, what do you think he was thinking watching you tonight?
Where's that question coming from? I can't see you. Oh, there you are. Say that again?
Sorry. If Deontay Wilder was watching, and I'm sure he was, what do you think he was thinking watching you do that second round knockout, break his nose?
He was probably thinking, why didn't I think of that entrance? Which I'm sure he should have been. But, you know, we've got something better planned for next time, and I'm sure it's going to be a great show.
And also, was it a little bit extra sweeter in a way to take care of him the way you did after Joshua, had his upset?
Yeah, we saw a British fighter travel over to America last week or the week before, and he looked like he didn't want to be in there. For whatever reasons, we're not going to go into that tonight. It's not my concern or business. But tonight was Tyson Fury, Las Vegas. It doesn't get any bigger than this. This is the biggest thing that has happened in my career so far. Topping the bill at MGM Grand. I was in the car on the way with my wife, and I said, I think we made it, Paris. She said, why? I said, because we're headlining in Vegas. This is it. And we got a good show, and we was happy with everything went. All my family and all my friends and everyone who came over, they was all happy with the performance. My brother Shane's my biggest critic. He told me it was complete shit. So back to the drawing board for Shane. But it was what it was. Happy with everything.
Bob, I don't know if I've ever seen you this excited in a long time. What was this night like for you?
I enjoyed every minute of it, I enjoyed putting on a show. I enjoyed being in there boxing, slipping and sliding out the way of shots. I said to Ben before, only an idiot would put his hands down and try and swerve out the way of shots in an oncoming attack. But that's what makes it watchable, because at any given moment I could have been knocked out in there. But it was lucky that I didn't, so it was what it was.
Congratulations, first and foremost. Eliminating the obvious names that always come up when we talk about this after a fight. Who gets you really excited? Who do you see coming up? You're a student of the game. Who do you want to beat up?
Anybody who these two guys put in front of me. It doesn't really matter. The outcome will always be the same. Considering if I get fair play, then we'll win. But I feel better with a bit of weight more on me. I put on an extra 10, 11 pounds for this fight than I did last time. And I felt stronger and I felt bigger, so I was happy with it.
Well, okay, as a follow-up, having a great night like this, how much does it make the fire burn even more to get your hands on Deontay again?
Deontay Wilder is coming. This fight's going to happen. There was 3 horses in the heavyweight division, and then there was 2. And I already beat him once, so I'll beat him again and again and again. And he ain't going to fight 50% Tyson Fury anymore. He's going to get a fully match fit, back active, back sharp Tyson Fury. It's heavyweight boxing and anything can happen at any given moment, but the way I box and my style, I think it's kryptonite for anybody. As long as they don't knock me out, which you've seen it can happen, but they've got to keep me down. Providing they don't do that, then I'll keep winning.
Right in front, Tyson. right here. Congratulations, that was a nice knockout for you. Happy to see that. My question for you is, as Bob said, you're going to fight another time this fall, and Frank going to do another bout. Then Deontay's going to have his fight in a rematch with Ortiz. Given the promotion and the hoopla around this fight, what obviously will take place in the hoopla to your next fight, and also for when Deontay fights with the promotion that he'll get in that fight, how big do you think that rematch can be, just in terms of popularity, pay-per-view, and all the things that go into a big mega fight?
I think it's the biggest fight in world boxing, barring none. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, the rematch is the biggest fight we're going to see in the next years, for a few years anyway. I don't see anybody else coming up or can be as big. You know, you've got 2 undefeated heavyweights, lineal champion, WBC champion, fighting in their prime. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Heavyweight division, you know, the heavyweight division is back, it's on fire, and it's everybody wants to be a part of it. You know, you've got a lot of young guns coming up, you've got a lot of second tier heavyweights trying to get into that first tier. There's a close pack hunting us down, but at the minute it's a 2-horse race, so it is what it is.
If I could get just the thought from Bob on that same topic, and Frank also, just the magnitude of what that rematch could be, given that they're both going to have another fight before it takes place.
What was the question?
On the rematch.
How big is it going to be?
Well, and I expect both guys get through their fights, the next fights. The fight will be the first quarter of next year, and I really believe, now I'm not blowing smoke, it's going to be on pay-per-view, and I can't see why that fight won't equal or surpass the numbers that were done on the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. There are 2 little guys, great fighters, Mayweather, Pacquiao. It was built up for a lot of years, but still they're not heavyweights. And they're not heavyweights of this kind of category and now of this notoriety. The reason the Fury-Wilder fight, first one, didn't do real numbers is because, let's be honest, other than some hardcore boxing fans, the public in America didn't know this guy. They really didn't know him. Now they know him, and after the fight in October, they will know him even more. Wilder will hopefully have a great fight with Ortiz and beat Ortiz, and the rematch, I think, is capable of doing over 4 million pay-per-view homes.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Frank, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Bob, what he's saying. It's a huge fight, and what we want for Tyson is justice. You know, he got robbed. No doubt about that. In that fight, he's robbed. And what he's looking for is justice, a fair shake, so it's on a level playing field. And he, in my opinion, it will cement his legacy of being the best of his generation. He's a great heavyweight. You just think about all what he's been through, the time he's had out in the ring. And then you look at him in the ring, look how fast he is, his reflexes, his punch power, his boxing brain. He's head and shoulders above all of them.
Right here. Tyson, you said that there was 3 big guys in the heavyweight division. I'm assuming, obviously, yourself, you were referring to AJ and to Wilder, and you said now there's 2. Do you not make anything of Andy Ruiz defeating? Do you not consider him in that as, you know, the 3rd guy at the top of the heavyweight division?
No disrespect to Andy Ruiz, he's done a great performance, but he's locked into a contract with Joshua. So I don't consider him a part of this 2-horse race, no. I think me and Wilder beat Andy Ruiz quite comfortably.
And also, before you walked in, Bob mentioned a possible date of October 5th at Madison Square Garden. Obviously, that would be your first fight in the big room. What would that mean to you? Obviously, that is a closer flight for the UK fans. What would that mean to you to have all those UK fans have a closer fight, flight over to New York and be able to fight in the big room, the Mecca of boxing?
It'd be brilliant, you know. A lot of fans travelled here to Las Vegas, so a few hours off the journey, it's close to a 5-hour flight, you know. Give people an excuse to go to New York, go to Las Vegas. you know, people want to come and see the big fights, and you know, we're putting on big fights now, so all the fans can come and enjoy and have a good time for a couple of days or a week, however long they want to come. So it's fantastic to have the support, and all the travelling people who came over made the effort and spent their money, their hard-earned money, may I say, to come see me fight. I appreciate it.
Tyson, you said, you know, obviously Ruiz is busy with the Joshua rematch for the rest of this year, but if he were to get the victory in the rematch, you and Wilder see each other the first quarter of next year, is he not basically the next man up to, I mean, he has 3 belts.
Yeah, 100%. If he beats Joshua in the rematch, then he's next in line. Whoever wins out of me and Wilder will fight Andy Ruiz. I don't see why these fights shouldn't be made. There's nothing I see with Andy Ruiz that makes me afraid, and I think it'd be a good fight, a good matchup of styles.
Which one of your suits has been your favorite of this week?
I don't know. I'll let the fans decide, but this is a bit of a showstopper, isn't it? This one. I've been sporting the bare chest, and I'm hairy like an animal, so it's all going down in Las Vegas. Well, if you can't fight wearing suits like this, you're going to be in trouble, I'll tell you.
Bob, you mentioned earlier before sorry, here, Bob. Bob, you mentioned before Tyson came in that the next fight in October could be at Madison Square Garden. But is the Wilder Fury fight definitely nailed down as a Vegas fight? Because all those big ones that have made enormous amounts of money have taken place.
I would think that, you see, the difference is that if it's a massive fight like this would be, like Mayweather Pacquiao, you know, like Canelo Golovkin was, it belongs in Las Vegas because the casinos bring in the biggest punters, and therefore the prices are sky high. A gate that would do maybe 2 million pounds in the O2 in London, or do $2 million, $3 million in New York, would do $30 million here in Las Vegas. And it has the infrastructure to handle a big fight. So without any commitment from anybody, I would think that Las Vegas would be the likely place for that fight.
Have you already gone into any talks with anyone about possible dates and venues here yet?
Have we talked to whom?
To the venues, or about the dates here at all yet? Have you begun the conversation?
We talk to everybody, and we are able to discuss possible dates when it's most appropriate to do the biggest revenue. And then, of course, we have to match it against the sports schedule in the United States, and perhaps, you know, in the UK, I don't think the Premier League is in championships then. But yeah, because, for example, you don't want to put it like in competition to the Super Bowl. And you don't want to put it really in competition to what we call March Madness, which is the college basketball tournament, which is so big. So all of that has to be done. Todd does that. He talks to all the properties. I'm sure the Wilder people are talking to them as well, and we'll have the appropriate place. But I would think it would be Las Vegas.
Can you just confirm then, that fight with Mayweather and Pacquiao grossed over $600 million US? You think it's that big a fight? It could be on that kind of scale?
Again, why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? People always, when I was in the business for many years, always looked for the big heavyweight fight. That was Ali Fraser did more business than any other fight had ever done up to that point. I can't see why this wouldn't happen, and particularly when it matches somebody from the UK who is not coming over as an opponent, but is a co-equal at least in stature with an American. It's got to, reasonably speaking, do tremendous business on pay-per-view.
They're two undefeated fighters.
Exactly.
They're undefeated and they got unfinished business.
And when the time comes, Frank and I will help sell it. Right? But we got the best salesman sitting between us.
Hey, Tyson, over here to your left. Just to ask you about Wilder versus Ortiz. It was a life and death fight for Wilder the last time around. Does that concern you? You're sitting here. Bob told me the other day he thought the fight could do $5 million. You hear him now talking about these massive gates. Does it concern you Wilder is taking such a difficult fight for him against a guy, a big puncher like Luis Ortiz?
No, it doesn't concern me. You know, Luis Ortiz, like I've said before, is 147 years old. So Wilder should knock him out quicker than he did last time. I believe Wilder will get him out of there in a couple of rounds. Catch him early and he's gone. He's got no legs underneath the guy. Like I said, he's 147 years old. It was a clash of styles before. First time probably he fought a southpaw who was experienced. So I think he'll get him out of there quite quick. I'm not concerned. But even if the worst does happen, Wilder gets chinned in a round, and when every door closes, another one opens. So what's meant to be will be. We can't alter what's going to happen in the future. We have no control on it. So I only can control myself and do what I've got to do, my end of the deal. And I look to do that in October the 5th or September 21st, whichever one we go in. And I can only do what I can do as a fighter to prevent it happening to me.
First off, I want to say congrats, Tyson. Just want to say you look good out there, my man.
Thank you, Sonny, my man. Big shout out, Sonny Conto, the Bronco Conto. Great sparring partner and a great person to be around. And I'd like to bring him to my next training camp because he gave me some great work.
Tell us about your fight. What happened?
Second round KO, TKO. And get used to me. He's a familiar face.
You were watching his fight in the dressing room. Two rounds, and you figured 2 rounds.
Yep. Fouled the lead.
Good stuff. Congratulations, Sonny.
Okay, I think it's time for the Gypsy King and his entourage to celebrate. So have a great party.
And I think we're going to celebrate with a little song, shall we? Yeah. Right, I want everyone to join in. Come on, Ben. American Pie, get Bob up, get Frank up. Come on, Ben, start us off.
No, I can't start.
Come on, Ben. Where's Tim? Tim?
Are you in here, Tim?
Anybody? Can someone start us off?
February made me shiver.
With every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. Come on, Bob.
I couldn't take one more step.
I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. All together now. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. Go on, Frank. This'll be the day that I die. Thank you very much, and good night.